David has canceled all remaining US tour dates, including his upcoming LA show, as the medical examiner continues to determine the cause of death. A lot of people are asking, how is this guy not arrested yet? With an investigation like this, the LAPD has to get this right. They can't mess up at all. I have a post from someone who says they're an attorney and they explain how it works. But first, the internet detectives are out again, and look at this screenshot, man. I mean, what the hell? Please adopt me, I need it. Someone comments on David's TikTok. He replies, at 0907, should we? Do you see what's familiar about 0907? Look down here. It's Celeste's birthday. So clearly he was mentioning Celeste's TikTok, asking her, should we adopt this random fan? Like kind of as a joke, you know what I mean? Isn't that sickening? This is an underage girl he's asking that to. He is straight up asking a child to adopt a child with him. If this is her TikTok, which, I mean, let's be honest, it looks like it's her TikTok, right? The birthday thing. What's the obsession with this birthday situation? Like the uploading of music on her birthday too, like this is all so bizarre to me. Hi guys, I'm an attorney. I do not practice criminal law, but I got an award for criminal procedure, so I like to think I know a thing or two about it. I also practice civil rights law, which has involved lawsuits against the police department for procedural due process violations. That said, I have no practical criminal law experience, only some criminal pro, so I can only speculate on what is routine/common versus what is abnormal, especially in California. I'm not licensed in California. None of this is legal advice. With this popular of a case, there's a lot of pressure on detectives to get this right. That means being thorough. In order to make arrests, you have to have probable cause that the crime has been committed. This has to be backed by evidence, which the DA presents to a judge. If there's anything wrong with the evidence, the case can be dismissed. Usually they can bring charges again if evidence is gathered at a later point. But in order to make sure that doesn't happen, each individual piece of evidence must be independently verified. They have to track down the source of each photo, of each message, and ensure that it came from accounts belonging from David or Celeste, and determine that message has not been altered. So what he's saying is, like the Discord messages, text messages, all these texts we've seen, they have to get a search warrant for this shit, like, and verify it's actually Celeste and David. Search warrants take time. This is required for each piece of documentary evidence to be admissible in court and is used to prove the veracity of evidence. This takes time and can lead down other little rabbit holes. For example, if they have a lot of evidence from the Dean Blunt Lover account, that's an Instagram account that some people think is Celeste's like hidden Instagram account. I wasn't able to find it. I think it's gone now. They have to subpoena Snapchat to ensure that it was actually Celeste's account. Oh, this is talking about the Snapchat. I saw an Instagram account. Or get sworn affidavits from witnesses who can testify to that fact. What's really critical is that if any evidence is obtained without a warrant or insufficient evidence to obtain a warrant, that evidence is deemed fruit of the poisonous tree and cannot be used at trial. They have very specific rules they have to follow concerning each step of the investigation, and it takes time, especially when most of the evidence that we have is digital and is coming from hundreds of accounts. They definitely have David under surveillance so that he cannot leave or hurt other people. He probably was told not to leave the country, which is in part why his tour was canceled. Yeah, a lot of people are obviously reporting his tours canceled, especially the overseas dates that are coming up. I'm surprised he still did shows apparently after the body was found in general, but once this body was ID'd to the public, this tour was over. You know what I mean? Like there's no way he's going to go on. The police are dotting their I's and crossing their T's to ensure that David's defense will not be able to have the case dismissed or evidence withheld at trial. They also have an interest in presenting an overwhelming case in anticipation of obtaining a plea agreement, likely to protect her family from a very public and exploitative trial. Finally, they may suspect that David had multiple co-conspirators and may be investigating any leads related to that before they make an arrest. That's another thing. There could be a lot of people involved in this. Like I said in my last video, if it wasn't David, it's someone he knows, bro. A minor that he was allegedly in a romantic relationship with ends up dead in his car near his house. There could be a lot of people involved in this whole shit show, bro. And let's not forget the fact that she was dismembered and they only found parts of her body in the front trunk. Each day, bro, I still can't believe this is a real story. This is so disturbing. It strengthens their case substantially if they can get other people to cooperate who are willing to testify against David in exchange for a lighter sentence. David or anyone he knows is accused of doing this. If they can flip his co-conspirators, they are much more likely to get a confession that they can use in court and ensure a victory. They need to confirm things such as her cause of death. I had some people comment like, what the fuck are you talking about? Her cause of death is murder. They need an official cause of death from the autopsy with the exact cause of death, because that can change how they charge people. To determine whether he should be charged with murder or dismemberment of a corpse, and then if she was murdered, when did it happen? Was it premeditated? They need to be able to allege each element of each crime they charge him with. You can't just say, looks like he did it. You have to be able to reasonably claim that he caused her death, among other things, using actual evidence. If they want to charge him with murder in first degree, they have to allege facts based on evidence. That David had malice aforethought. Every charge has to be broken down in each individual element supported by probable cause. They can raise or lower, or even drop charges after discovering more evidence. But that initial bar is critical to ensure that charges stick. If all strong evidence they get later is based or unverified sham evidence, it all gets thrown out. You would think that they have enough to get him on abduction at least, but if it's true that people in Celeste's family knew or accepted money at any point, they may need more evidence to demonstrate he didn't have their permission to take Celeste. It's very complicated. Here's talk about a search warrant. When the police have a search warrant for you, it's usually for a good reason. The fact that they are able to obtain a search warrant for his electronic devices and his home means that a judge agreed there was reasonable suspicion to believe a crime had been committed in the house he was renting, or at least the crime had occurred and the home, specifically David's computer, contained evidence relating to that crime. That's a strong indication that an arrest is to follow. They aren't going to release any information until that happens, however, because they don't want to startle David into running, fighting, or hurting himself. So that's a very basic explanation on why this is taking so long, and it's an educated guess from someone who's saying there's a lawyer. It all sounds right to me. The next thing that is going around today is now a screenshot that says 1 year ago, me and @deleted user got a kid on the way, and the @deleted user people are saying is Celeste, and now the internet is running with it that he got her pregnant, and that's why he killed her, because that's obviously one of the theories. Honestly, I think that was just a joke. I've seen people joke around about having a kid all the time in group chats and shit, and he's a popular artist, so it wouldn't surprise me if that was a joke. And we don't even know for sure this deleted user was actually Celeste anyway. In Discord, remember someone said in 2024, release that certain song about the missing girl, and they put Celeste's full name in there in the group chat? David's Discord mods, the people that handle his Discord, have responded, and they're saying, we, the Discord and Twitch staff team, want to clarify what we knew and what we didn't know regarding Celeste. We were not aware of her true age or that she was a missing person. We also did not have any contact with her outside of what was public. From what we shared in David's Twitch streams and from her role in the server, we understood her to be around 18 or 19. She appeared in 2 streams, but otherwise was not active in the server, and we do not have an ongoing communication with her. Most of us are not located in California, so we are not aware of any missing persons reports connected to her. Additionally, the staff team has had minimal contact with David or his management. And here's the big part. The mention of her full name within the server was not seen in real time due to how fast the chat moves when David pings everyone. That's actually true with Discord. If the person pings everyone in the chat, it does move very quickly. Discord chats can move very fast. So maybe mods missed this name and just never saw it, but who knows if they're lying or not. As a result of this situation, the majority of the staff team has left the server and we no longer associate with David. Another Discord mod posted this. Yes, I was a Discord mod for David. No, we did not know anything. Everybody's attacking my friends. Please leave us alone. We hate him as much as you do. All we can do is hope for justice served for that young girl's family and they can get closure they deserve. The only thing that was known is that he had a girlfriend named Celeste. We weren't aware of her age or anything. We barely had contact with David or his label. That one person mentioning the full name of the missing girl wasn't seen by many of us because of how fast the chat was moving when David pinged the whole server. The misinformation on the internet is crazy. That has been a narrative on Twitter that the Discord chat is like well aware of everything and they're in on it and they know that she's underage and they're fine with it. I honestly do believe that some of these Discord mods missed it, but at the same time, it's very suspect. This whole thing is so fucked up, bro. It's really fucked up. Another video from June 2024 has surfaced of Celeste walking backstage. At least people are saying it's Celeste and it does kind of look like her. And apparently she did dye her hair at some point. They're saying this is Celeste. It definitely could be her. Another thing going around about the Tesla cameras. People don't know that Tesla cameras don't save footage unless you have a setting on that drains a lot of battery. You have to have Sentry mode on and a hard drive in your car that doesn't constantly go over the footage. I have a Tesla and for me to save footage, I literally have to hit record and it records like the last few minutes. But if I never hit record, that footage is gone because I don't have the big hard drive in my car. Like you have to buy an extra hard drive and then put a setting on that drains your fucking battery. So it's like very inconvenient. I highly doubt this Tesla had this footage. I'm going to be honest. Like, that's not how Teslas work, sadly. And Tesla doesn't keep any footage on, like, a cloud server. That's not a thing either. So that's another question that's being passed around a lot. But yeah, the police are working on this. They're going to figure it out. I mean, they have a dismembered 14-year-old girl in a car. They're going to figure it out. Trust me. Celeste's GoFundMe is down in the pinned comment for her funeral. Rest in peace. I don't even know what to say. Love you guys.